valleys deep inside the mountains and the deep blue skies. The wildness stands so bright with loyalty fights. Stand up and hail victory. To preserve our race we will fight. With loyalty we will stay. And with blood and honor, blood and soil, we salute you, our fatherland. The red summers engulf you, the poisons in the soil. High treason is the new order. Democracy.
So I suppose you could say that I'm rich now, or middle class. I've finally received my grandmother's inheritance, and it was a lot of money. I've been expecting it for a while, not looking forward to it, because I would prefer her than her money. Yeah, I haven't really spent it. I've got my own money because I'm working. I get really well paid from the job that I'm doing. And so when that money come into my account, I didn't really feel any kind of excitement. The only thing I felt was melancholy. I suppose I'm a little bit more sensible with money than my brothers, because by the sounds of it, they just want to piss it away on some short-term shit. But I'll see if I can secure some land. That's the plan, anyway. I don't know how realistic it is, but that's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a few days after Christmas Day now. Christmas Day, I didn't have anybody here. I didn't go to visit anybody. My brother had an arrangement with my mother and her husband, so that's where he went. That's why he wasn't with me for Christmas Day. So obviously I wasn't invited. Which is fine. I'm not bothered. That's why for Christmas Day, I just had steak, egg and beans. And that was it. I wasn't entirely on my own. I had a dog with me, which is fine. Yeah. So the blonde-haired Russian woman, I decided not to pursue a relationship any further, because I looked at a lot of the Slavic men, and they have a very particular way of looking, and some have like a kind of East Asian look to them, probably because of the Turkic and Mongolian migration into Russia and Ukraine and certain areas of Eastern Europe. And I mean, Slavic women sometimes don't necessarily look that Slavic. They I suppose some of them can look Western, but at the end of the day, genetically, They're not Western. She may resemble a Swede, but she is not Western. So I come to the internal realization that if I want to ensure the survival of my people, mixing with a Russian is probably not the best thing to do. I do admit my temptation, I suppose, but it would indeed be race mixing. Culturally, we're different, and obviously, genetically, we are different. So I would prefer to find someone who is English. That's the decision I came to. And when I came to that decision, I noticed that suddenly she just disappeared, almost as if it was indeed a test. I'm not sure. I I have no idea, but it was, yeah, I made that internal decision, and then suddenly she's just gone. She never come back. All of her mates, all of her, Russian mates were there, but then she just wasn't. Very strange. I don't know. But I like to feel, if this was a test, I like to feel that I've passed it. I wouldn't exactly say that I have a type when it comes to physical appearance. I think really just look Western European, and that's really it. I don't mind gingers, I don't mind blondes, I don't mind brunettes. Um, doesn't really bother me. But when it comes down to personality, and I think that's the most important thing for me, um, because if a woman talks about her career and how career driven she is, I'm going to be honest, I will lose interest, and yeah, that's it. I like intelligence. I like being able to actually have a conversation with someone that isn't shallow and uh, fucking brain dead, but someone who is honest, traditional. Now, that's not exactly common in this day and age, and I question whether that still exists. So, a few weeks later, one day I'm in the office and I'm at my desk where paperwork is stored and a photocopier machine. My job involves a lot of technical, boring shit. I have no interest in explaining what I have to do because it's boring. It's really boring. You probably, I don't think normal people would anybody would want to hear it. But I'm in charge of um, lots of other people, and I also train other people and show other people what they have to do, and then they come to me for specific to give me specific like results so I can put on paperwork. So I'm in the office and I'm just making copies using the photocopier machine and doing some writing, filling shit out. And the woman in there, she's a young woman. I think she's about 28. I mean, she's younger than me, is what I'm trying to say. But she's in there, and she's very much an outgoing Essex woman. She looks like absolute shit, in my opinion, because she's had a lot of she's had lip injections, and I think her tits are fake as well. She's not of any interest to me whatsoever. She's not someone I would describe as attractive at all. She probably was attractive before she had all this shit done, but obviously without the male role model, without a strong father figure to say, no, you don't need it done. She's gone to have it done, now she looks ugly, and she's not someone I would ever be interested in. But, well, I remember the first time I met her, and because the place is absolutely filled with foreigners, when I came in, she assumed that I was a foreigner as well. So she asked me, she introduced herself and stuff, and she asked me where I'm from. And I said, Jamaica. And she said, oh my God, are you really? And I said, no. She's just a little bit dumb. Sometimes she would ask me questions. If there's something she needs to know, she'll just ask me. And one day she said, what's 8 times 8? And my brain isn't like thinking about numbers or anything, but then I just, within a split second, I needed to sort of reconfigure my brain to be able to answer the question. And I was like, 64. That moment of, hesitation is all I needed to answer it, because I wasn't switched on mathematically, I suppose you could say. But yeah, whenever I'm there, she always has to ask me a question that she needs to know for old paperwork or whatever. She's always friendly, she's always jolly, and she's always rather chatty. I'm not always chatty. I mostly like to keep to myself when I'm at work. Yeah, this one day her mate come in, and her mate, long red hair, hazel eyes, she wore glasses, which I don't mind. Very good figure, very attractive girl, no, lip injections and all that shit. And I looked up and I thought, very nice.
Impressive. Very nice.
But I carried on working. And, they were both chatting to each other. But the girl behind the desk, the ugly one, she decides to introduce her to me. And she says, this is Mr. Dan. Now, you want to meet Mr. Dan? And she says, I think Mr. Dan is single as well. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. He is huge. He's huge, bloke. Go on, stand up, Mr. Dan. So I stand up. And she's going, see, he is fucking tall, isn't he? And I don't particularly think I'm that tall. I just think I'm, what should be the average height for English people. I think it's mainly because most people who work there are fucking really short foreigners. Yeah, so I don't think that I don't feel like I'm that tall, but everybody else looks at me and thinks I'm like Goliath. But anyway, I think she was trying to set me up with this gingerbird, right? Which is... she is like a much better choice than the Russian bird. And so So the ginger, she comes over to my table, to my desk, and starts and sitting opposite me and chatting to me. And she makes it clear that she's single and she doesn't have any kids and all this sort of thing, and chatting to me, and we get on quite well. And I just, when I chat to people, I'm just sort of relaxed, laid back. I'm not bothered. And I just say to her, "You want my number? I can give you my number if you want." She's like, "Oh yeah, I'll have your number." So I thought, "Oh great." And then go home, send her a text. And then after a while, we get to know each other, and it's going really well. I only just recently had a haircut. I had a shave, and I think I resemble Michael Douglas from Falling Down. That's similar sort of hairstyle. So I'm a little bit more tidied up, I suppose. And yeah, we're getting to know each other. And she says, I think she's about, 26, 27, that sort of age. And she says, I don't have any kids, but I want kids. I'm going, okay, that's good. I want kids as well, I'm not someone who would spam someone with texts. I would send one message and then wait for a response. I'm not interested in sending like loads of messages. I'm too laid back for that. And personally, I would prefer to spend time with people in person. But then she asked me a question, and I instantly knew, oh, that's it then. It's over. So the question was, can I see a picture of you? Now, I'm thinking to myself, you already know what I look like. She already knows what I look like. Why does she need to see a picture of me? And I think she was thinking, I think this guy is actually ugly, but I want to be able to confirm it. So I knew it was over, but I thought, all right, you can have a picture of me. You can see what I look like. There was a pretty decent photograph of myself. You know, and then she sends a laughing face emoji and then doesn't reply again, and that's it. And so I reply with something like all right, question mark, and it says that it's not sent. So yeah, I've been blocked, and that's it. That's all it took. So what's the point? What is the point? I don't know. It's just a joke every time. That's it. Why try? Things never change. Life never changes. I've the week before Christmas, I've been working continuously for 7 days. A total of 86 hours. I mean, I don't really have a social life, so it's not a big deal. It keeps me busy and keeps me focused on something, but it is mentally draining. And then you have something like that where it doesn't fall into place. And you think, why am I working? It does. It keeps me busy, keeps me focused on something, but I'm not there. It's my body that's working, that's busy doing paperwork, but I'm not there. My eyes are vacant. I'm looking. My eyes may be looking at you. We may have eye contact. I may be engaging with you in a conversation. I may be asking you for results for this or whatever. But I'm not really there. That's just my body that's working away. My mind is somewhere else. And I think that who really knows me, the person who knows me better than anyone, is the person listening to this recording. They need me quite often to grind away, to work. But for what? How much longer can I keep this up? What's the point? There is no point anymore. If I can't fulfill a purpose that I desire to fill, I'm going to have to aim for another direction, fulfill a different kind of purpose. Overcome this natural want to be a father, to be a husband. Be something else. On my last day before Christmas, the last day of the week that I worked, and that was it for the next week. And I got the week off, but that last day I went to Weatherspoons, just sort of hanging around on my own. No one to hang out with, no one to talk to. So I just went to Weatherspoons and had a festive meal. The frozen shit that they put in the microwave. I thought, something to do. Something to do. I knew I wasn't going to have anybody around for Christmas, and I didn't. I was further reminded that this country isn't ours anymore, because all I could hear was every language but English being spoken in the Weatherspoons. Portuguese, Romanian, Portuguese as in a bunch of fucking African people who speak Portuguese. And I thought, what a grim, pathetic life I live. Now, years ago, when I was about 22, 23, I used to work at a pub, right? I used to go to the Weatherspoons all the time, because in the UK it's cheap drinks. That's why you go to Weatherspoons. And that sort of time, there was a few people I knew from college, and I'd work at the pub, and what money I got paid at the pub, I'd just go to Weatherspoons with these guys, and I'd just fucking get really drunk. Just get really fucking drunk. You know, I used to wear a like a checkered shirt and quite decent clothes, you know, and I used to be mistaken for a farmer or something. But yeah, I fucking put on quite a lot of weight then as well. But yeah, it was just an excuse to get really pissed, really drunk, and then later on we'd fucking go to a strip club, we'd do fucking drugs, whatever, because what did I have going on? I didn't have nothing going on. So I thought, fuck it, I may as well. It's that continuing search, and that longing for a woman which never happened. I never found anyone. And it was just an excuse to go out to drink because I didn't have anybody to come home to. Well, I think at the time I was living with my grandmother at the time. On Fridays and Saturdays I'd just go out and get fucking pissed. But on Sunday I would go shopping, and I'd go and get a roast dinner and stuff, and cook a roast dinner for her. And then she would say, "Why aren't you married yet? Why don't you have a girlfriend? Are you gay?" "No, Nan, I'm not gay." Life it just hasn't changed. It hasn't changed, but I'm just not I'm just not going out drinking anymore. That's the only difference. Instead of going out, getting really pissed and fucking going to strip clubs, doing drugs, whatever. Now, nothing happens. I don't do anything. When I'm not working, I'm just at home. Just at home and I do nothing. Well, I eat better. I don't drink. I don't smoke. That's it, really. Day in, day out, it's just the same shit. Back when I was working at the pub, then I was neating, and now I'm back to working again. Life just hasn't changed. It hasn't changed at all. And I don't know whether it's meant to. My brother has moved out now. He's got his own place with my other brother. I think they probably didn't include me in the house purchasing because I'm sort of the schizo older brother. They were both very close in age and close in personality. I'm quite a bit older and a bit different. I come home one day and he's making an AI. He's made an AI video of me as a Jew at a bar mitzvah. Not even as a joke. I wouldn't even fucking bother doing that, even as a joke. What the fuck? That's gay. Whatever. So he's gone. Yeah, I suppose in the new year, I think I'll go abroad. I haven't been abroad for 10 years, I think. I've been to America and I've been to Spain, and those are the only places I've been to, I think. Spain was boring. Well, everybody just wants to go to the resort and sunbathe all day by the pool. I think that's fucking boring. So I left the resort and I went to the woods. I just wandered around the woods. And I made the most of it. I made the most of being there, because sitting around the pool is fucking boring. Being in nature, being out and about. Yeah, I got myself some hiking boots, and I'm thinking about going abroad, but what I thought about is, where would I like to go walking? That's what I'm thinking about. Where would I like to go walking? Like going around a old historic city or something. That would be quite cool. Just walking around, having a look at the place, taking pictures, or just going out into the wilderness and just going out and exploring. Maybe I don't have to go abroad. There's plenty of places within England that I could go to. But the right kind of motivation that would motivate me to actually go and do something would be to um, say to myself, well, I'm doing this for the channel. You know, I'm doing, I want to go and I want to go hike around, say, the Peak District. Let's go hiking around the Peak District. But I'm doing this for the channel. I'm doing this to potentially make a video. If I take plenty of pictures and plenty of videos and stuff while I'm there, I can make a video. That's what would motivate me to go. Because if it's just you're just doing it for yourself, doing it for myself. I don't have the motivation to just get up and go. But we'll wait and see. I'd like to go to Germany. I'd like to go to Sweden, Iceland, Norway, Denmark, the Netherlands. It looks like some nice places I could go hiking, or go to some nice cities and nice towns and stuff. I could go walking around, looking at the old buildings, maybe some castles. That's what interests me. That's because when I'm there, I'm happy, But it's that motivation to drag me out to actually get me out somewhere, because I'm quite content with staying in this area, staying in the routine, the place I'm familiar with. I'm just content with that. So it's very difficult for me to just drag myself out of my comfort zone. But there's places I'd like to go and visit. I'll do it at some point. I'll do it. I'll just go. I need to go. I need to go exploring, because I don't know what else really to do with myself. If I'm honest, I'm sick of work.